Today I'm telling you a Russian fairy tale about fighting dragons and slitting a woman open to get her demons out, called Sila, Tsaravich, and Ivashka of the White Smock. The youngest son of the Tsar, named Sila, wants to go on a journey and see the world, so his dad gives him a ship and he goes. On the third day he's out to sea, he sees this coffin floating in the ocean with iron bands, but it's afloat somehow, and he has his men bring it aboard. His first two brothers sailed past it, they didn't care. They take it to shore and he opens it and there's a dude inside. He says, I'm Ivashka of the white smock that he's wearing, and thank you, you saved me. I've been in that coffin for 100 years. He was a great magician, and someone just told his mom that he was using his magic for evil, so his mom had him put in the coffin and thrown into the ocean, which, oh my, rather harsh. But anyway, he's so grateful, he says, I'm gonna help you on your journey. There's this woman, Queen Shroud, that I think you should totally marry. They go to this woman's kingdom and there's spikes with heads on them all around, and Sila's like, what's up with that? And Ivashka's like, oh, those are her former suitors, but don't worry, that won't happen to you. And he's like, okay. Sila asks the dad if he can marry her. He's a prince, so the dad says yes. They get married, but right before he goes into the bridal suite, Ivashka says, hey, she's gonna try and kill you. She's in league with an evil spirit who comes to her every night in the shape of a six-headed dragon. She puts her hand on your chest and tries to press it so you can't breathe. You gotta beat her with a stick until you can't beat her anymore. Then I'll burst in and fight the dragon. So that's exactly what happens. She tries to kill him, he starts beating her with a stick, and then Ivashka comes in and fights the dragon that then bursts in through the window. He cuts off two of its heads, the dragon retreats, they all sleep, and the next morning everyone's like, oh, he lived through the night, what do you know? The next night, Ivashka cuts off two more heads, and the next night, the last two heads. But it's not over, because the woman's still got demons in her. Ivashka's like, let's go traveling, and so they all go traveling, and once they set up the tent for Sila and his wife, Ivashka builds this fire right outside the tent, and then he's like, hey, wife, come out. She comes out, he takes out his sword and cuts her straight in half. And all sorts of evil things came forth from her body, and Ivashka grabbed each one and threw it into the fire. And he turns to Sila and says, whew, the evil spirits that once troubled your wife will trouble neither of you anymore. Sila's like, dude, she's dead though. But then Ivashka's like, don't worry, I've got the water of life, which is in a lot of Russian folktales. He sprinkles the water of life on her, puts her back together, she comes back to life, and she's not evil anymore. Ivashka says, my work here is done, and disappears, and Sila and his wife live happily ever after. I'd like is a story of how she got involved with the dragon shape-shifting man in the first place, but maybe one of you can write that.